Hey Tina, you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. We're finally going to get to meet your parents and we can talk about the engagement in person. It really feels like this has been a long time coming.
I know. I'm really happy that we're finally getting to make this official. My parents are really excited for it too. I just really hope that you get along with my dad when you two meet each other tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. By the way, what does your dad do for a living again? And what college did he go to? I don't think my son ever told me.
Oh, and my dad didn't go to college. Actually, he dropped out of high school and only has his GED that he got later.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Your dad didn't even finish all 4 years of high school? What happened that things ended up like that?
Well, my dad comes from a really poor family, and basically he needed to work more than he needed an education at the time. I think it was because they were living with his grandma in the house, and so his family needed extra money to take care of everyone. But he worked hard and was able to leverage all of his working experience into being able to open up his own business. Honestly, I'm really grateful for all the hard work my dad has done to make his life and the lives of his family better.
Wow, I really had no idea about any of this at all. That's really crazy.
Yeah, but since both of our dads are so hardworking, I really do hope that they can get along well.
Let me get this straight. You're going to bring your uneducated dolt of a dad to my house tomorrow?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? He's not uneducated. He's one of the best in his field.
I'm sorry, but if your dad couldn't even manage to finish high school, then I really can't see how he's anything but an idiot. I really had no idea the kind of person that your dad was, and I'm really disappointed in you. You've wasted mine and my son's time. I'm calling off this wedding. It's clear to me that you're not good enough to be with my son if this is the kind of family that you come from.
Hold on a second. You can't just decide that for yourself. That decision is between Dave and I. And just why do you care what kind of education my dad had when he clearly managed to make something of his life?
Because I can tell everything I need to know about someone from just their education. And you know, I looked into your background too. I was disappointed, but not crushed. But now that I know this about your father, I'm afraid I'll have to call it all off.
Sir, please do not talk that way about my father. I really respect him, and you're not being fair at all. I understand that you're Dave's father, but you are being horribly rude to me right now.
So what? Who cares if I'm being rude to some idiot's daughter? Why don't you open your eyes and realize where you're standing right now?
Ron, you really need to stop this right now. You are taking all of this way too far. I mean, I really don't think that my dad's education level should have anything at all to do with me marrying your son. Do you really think that you can know all that you need to just from looking at someone's schooling? I really do think you're going to want to wait until tomorrow to hear about how my dad managed to turn his life around. I'm sure that once you have the full story that you'll change your mind and see how great my dad is.
What is this, some kind of cult or something? Because I don't need to hear any kind of story to be swayed. Besides, you're not going to be coming over tomorrow, and there isn't going to be any meeting.
I'm sorry, but we've had this scheduled for a long time. Dave and I are going to be getting married, and as our parents, you all are going to meet.
Is this really the way you want to start your relationship with your future father-in-law?
Please, Ron, I would really appreciate it if you could just wait until tomorrow before jumping to conclusions about my dad. Dave, are you there? I was just talking to your dad, and for some reason he was really hung up on my dad not finishing high school.
Wait, what? Sorry, where's all this coming from all of a sudden?
Tomorrow, Dave! I'm talking about our meeting tomorrow! Your dad just reached out to me and got really mad to find out my dad didn't even finish high school. He was calling him all sorts of names and just being generally horrible.
Ugh, did he really? But I'm not surprised, but I'm so sorry that he reached out to you just to tell all that to you. Yes, unfortunately my dad is an elitist. There's really no other way to put it. Even when I was little, he was always telling me that I'd be nothing if I didn't go to the best schools. I mean, I had to get therapy after I moved out of the house to undo some of the harm that had caused me growing up. But I didn't think he'd subject other people to his purity test.
Oh, Dave, I had no idea this was such an issue with your dad. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I know, but that's all in the past. I just can't believe that he would say that about the father of the woman I'm going to marry.
Well, what do you think we should do about this? Do you want to cancel the meeting tomorrow? Your dad sounded like he wasn't all that interested in meeting my parents after our talk.
Well, no matter what he says, it isn't going to change the fact that we're getting married. I'm not going to let my dad's bigotry get in the way of that. I'll tell you that much. Let me talk to him and try to smooth all this out. Of course, I won't tell him what your dad actually does for a living. We can wait for tomorrow for him to find out himself.
Thanks for doing that, Dave. I know that my dad likes to tell his story himself so that it doesn't get misconstrued or anything.
Of course, I completely understand. I'll tell my dad to cool it on being so judgmental. I'm sure that he'll be really surprised when he finally meets your dad and talks to him a bit about what he does. I mean, even I was shocked after I met your dad and got to know him a bit better.
Everyone seems to react that way, but it's so weird because to me, he's just my dad. Of course, I have a lot of respect for him, but at the end of the day, he's my dad first, you know?
It makes perfect sense to me, but I really can't wait to see the look on my dad's face when he realizes who your dad really is. Maybe that'll finally knock some sense into him.
I guess we can only hope so.
I knew I was right to be suspicious, and yet you insisted on dragging your deadbeat dad to my house anyways. Well, I never ever want to see you even speak to my son again. Do you understand me?
Do you have any idea what you've done? You assaulted my dad all because I told you he didn't finish high school? You realize that you've committed a crime, don't you?
You really think that anyone is going to take the side of a loser family like yours? The wedding is off, and I want you to stay far away from my family. That's an order.
An order? Excuse me? And just who do you think you are to boss me around like that? I am not your child, nor your employee. Do you understand? You're the one who committed violence over someone's education level. If you think you're in any position to start giving orders, you are out of your mind.
Don't you dare talk back to me. You're just upset because I'm not going to let you marry into our elite family. But don't blame me. Blame your dad for never making anything of his life.
You mean even after insulting the man, you still have the gall to look down on him like that? Well, don't worry. We don't want anything to do with you ever again either. We'll call the wedding off, no problem.
Well, of course you will. I ordered you to do so. Did you really think that I was ever going to let a girl from a family like yours marry my son? But like I said, don't blame me for this. You can go and complain to your dad that it's his fault.
Oh, I've gone and talked to my dad. He told me that we'd stop doing business with you.
Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean that you talked to your dad and he said that he would stop doing business with me?
Well, what other choice are you leaving him after what you did? After we got home, my dad called his HQ to see if we had any active contracts with your company, and he canceled them all. He told his secretary to tell your company to ask you why this was all happening.
What business are you even talking about? Why would your dad's crappy little shop be working for my company?
Wow. So you really still haven't figured it out then? I would have thought that you would just looking at my dad, but I guess you didn't recognize him.
What do you mean I didn't recognize him? Is he supposed to be famous or something? Why do you think I would have recognized some uneducated hick like him?
I guess I'll just have to come out and say it then. My dad is the company president of Carco.
Wait a second. Carco? You mean Carco as in the famous vehicle manufacturers? That company?
That's right. That's the one. And the president of that company is my dad. So what were you saying about how elite your family was again? How you were too good to let me marry your son? Because compared to my family, you're really nothing. I mean, you weren't even connected enough to recognize my dad when he was right at your door.
Now hold on just a second. Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Even your dad didn't even finish high school. There's no way that he's president of a company like Carco.
You do realize that you're just digging yourself a deeper hole with every slight you make against him, right? Yes, my dad never graduated high school, but your mistake was in judging him for that.
Hold on. I just got a call from my company. They told us that Carco is canceling all their contracts with us. But then, that means your dad is really...
That's right, I tried to warn you, but you just wouldn't listen to me. I just wish that I could be there in person to see your face right now. I bet the shock on it is just hilarious. But I'd imagine after this, you're getting fired and blacklisted from every company in the industry. Of course, what else could you really expect after acting the way you did to him?
But if we lose those contracts, then how is my company even supposed to stay open? Please tell me that you're joking. This can't be happening right now.
If you're so surprised, I wouldn't be. This is the natural outcome for someone like you. You were the one insulting my dad, and you were the one who assaulted him, and now you're paying the price for what you've done.
So then it's really true. Everything that you've been saying to me this whole time is really true?
Man, you really aren't as smart as you brag about being. Did you know that? For the last time, yes, it's true. But don't worry about canceling the marriage. I'm fine with that. I didn't want to join your family anyways. I already told Dave that I didn't want to have you as a father-in-law.
But wait, hold on. If you're really the daughter of the company president of Carco, then please accept my humblest apologies. Of course you can marry my son, and I'm sorry that I ever gave you any doubt to the contrary.
Wow, you really turned around quickly, didn't you? But I'm afraid that's not going to work on me. I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again. I talked to Dave and he said he was fine calling off the wedding as well.
Please wait. Don't say that. I know I said I didn't want you two to get married, but that's not my choice to make. That should be between you and my son.
I know, and I talked to your son and we said that we were calling off the engagement.
But I don't understand. Why would you do that?
Well, because I told him that if we got married, I wouldn't want to have any contact with you ever again.
Wait, so then, if you two got married, then Dave would never ever talk to me again? What did he say to that?
Well, I told him that, and he said he'd have to think about it, and I told him that I'd respect his decision. So the wedding is off.
But wait, please. Can't you just let me try and talk to your parents and smooth all this over? I'm sure that I could if you just give me a chance.
That is not going to happen. You do realize that you assaulted my dad, right? What makes you think that I'm going to arrange for a meeting for you after you've done that?
Please. I really had no idea at all who your dad was, and that was a huge mistake on my part. I realize that now. I had no idea that things were going to turn out this way.
Well, I don't see why you think that's our problem. You did this, now accept responsibility like an adult, including for the assault.
So what? You're really going to charge me for what I did? Please. I didn't think that I committed a crime or anything like that. It was just a little fight within the family, that's all.
Fight within the family? How could that be when I'm not married to your son yet? And did you really think you could get away with punching someone in the face just because they didn't finish high school?
But I mean, assault sounds so bad. I really didn't think that it would end up this way.
Just because you've finally realized that you've actually done something wrong doesn't mean that anything is going to change. Besides, we've already decided that we're going to file a police report.
No, please don't do that. Why would you go to the police about this?
Because you punched my dad. Are you really not following this at all?
But if the police show up for what I did, then they might arrest me. I'll be in serious trouble if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of the whole point of calling the police on someone. You're a criminal, and you should be punished.
Tina, please, don't do this to me. I know you might not like me, but I'm still your fiancé's father. Is this any way to be treating your elders?
Excuse me? Wow, that is really rich. But I have every right to do this because you broke the law.
I knew I shouldn't have tried to talk about this with a woman. Could you please just let me talk to your dad? This is something that should be settled between us men. We know what we're doing.
Wow, did you really think that was going to work? Did you think that jumping from elitism to sexism was going to make me want to help you?
Just tell me where your dad is. I just want to apologize to him. Isn't that what you think I should do?
I'm not going to tell you where my dad is, and frankly, I think you should just wait for the police to show up.
Please, just tell me where your dad is. This should just be between him and I.
And why would I let a criminal that assaulted my dad anywhere near him? That would just be irresponsible.
Please, stop calling me a criminal. I didn't even do anything wrong. You shouldn't be talking to me that way.
You're right. You're not a criminal yet. You have to be arrested and processed first. But then, after that, you're nothing but a criminal, and you'll have a record that will follow you forever. You'll never be able to escape it. You used to pride yourself on judging others for their education all this time. You thought you could tell all that you needed to about someone just from what schools they went to. Well, now you'll have a very different kind of record. Though, I'm not sure you'll want to brag about it.
Please, don't do this to me. You're going to ruin me. Don't you get it? What am I supposed to do? Please don't punish me for this. I didn't know.
After that, Dave reached out to me and told me about how the police arrived to arrest his dad. He told me about how his dad begged not to be taken away, but seeing as how my dad's company contributes a lot to the annual policeman's ball, the cops were all too happy to take Ron away. I know that I told Ron the wedding was off, but that was just to add a little bit more pressure to him and make him sweat. After his dad was taken away, Dave said that he talked to his mom, who was going to be getting a divorce from Ron, and that they were both going to cut Ron off and never talk to him again. While he was in jail awaiting trial, Ron got a call from his company saying that he was fired for his misconduct and for damaging the business. After his firing, my dad renegotiated the canceled contract so Ron's company wouldn't pay for his stupidity. Ron tried to reach out to Dave and ask for his help in setting everything right, but by then, the both of us had already blocked his number. I have no idea what Ron is up to now, but the wedding for Dave and I is still on schedule. The night that we were supposed to have our family meeting, Dave came to my house and apologized profusely to my dad. My dad laughed it off and said that he didn't blame Dave and that he still wanted us to get married. We both know that we've been through a lot, but we're still very much looking forward to the day when we can call each other husband and wife.
Hey, Anna! Thanks for what you did for me. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to ask you to do the same thing for me next year as well. Lisa, would you please stop? I never even said it was okay in the first place. It's not fair for your children either. I'm sure they don't want to spend the entire summer break at their relative's house. I'm sure that they want to spend some time with their mom and dad, don't you think? How do you know? Aren't you just guessing? You've never even raised a child before. How would someone like you know how they feel? It's true that I've never had a child of my own, but Tom and Mina both looked like they missed you. I tried to take them to as many places as possible so that they would have a fun summer. Still, they looked really upset towards the second half of the summer break. They'll be completely fine. We're going to spend the next 11 months living together, so I don't think they're going to be upset for long. It's better to make them miss me anyway. They'll behave and listen to me better that way. I'm sure you'll find out for yourself in the future. I didn't leave them with you for that long anyway. You ditched them at my place for an entire month. I think that's a very long time, especially for the children. Ditched? You make it sound so much worse than it was. Me and my husband wanted some time to ourselves to enjoy our summer vacation together. All I did was ask you to look after them while we were gone. I might be your sister-in-law, but this is just taking things too far. I didn't even say that we would be able to look after them for you. You just forced them on us. Do you not like them or something? You think that they're just a burden, don't you? I can't believe that you thought so badly of them. They're going to be so sad when they hear this. I never said anything like that. Stop twisting my words. I just want you to think of us before forcing them to stay with us. Me and my husband can't make any plans for yourself because of what you do to us. Tom and Mina also get really upset about staying with us every single year. I don't care if they're upset or not. I always make sure to explain to them why they're staying with you. It's not like I'm abusing them or getting angry at them. Would you please stop making it sound like I did something bad? That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just that we can't look after them for an entire month every single year. It's not fair for any of us. Well, then how about you tell the two of them directly about this when they come to stay with you next year? You can tell them to go and find another place to stay because you don't want them. Why don't you get what I'm trying to say? That's not what I meant at all. They're both really sweet and I love them a lot. Stop trying to make excuses. You're just trying to say that they're a burden in a nice way. I feel so sorry for both of them having to spend an entire month with an evil woman like you. That's enough. I don't want to talk with you anymore. I thought that you would at least thank me for looking after them, but it doesn't seem like you're capable of doing that. It feels like I'm talking to a brick wall. You don't understand anything that I tell you. You're the one that's making things difficult. I hope you try to fix your personality and the way you talk to people by next year. Hello, Anna. I'm so sorry for all the trouble she has caused you over the years. It's really okay. It's not something that you should be apologizing for anyway. We thought that you were looking after Tom and Mina every year because you wanted to. We're so sorry. It's okay. There was no way for you to know. Lisa lied to you and said that I was unable to have children, right? It would kind of make sense why you would think that I wanted to look after them for an entire month. I was really shocked when I realized that was all a lie. I can't believe what she was doing. Anyway, we're going to be looking after them this summer, so you should plan out the summer for yourself. It's been a while since you've had a free summer, right? Now that you're divorced from Andrew, I guess you can spend the summer doing whatever you want to. I'm sorry for causing a lot of trouble for you and your family. You were always on my side and very kind to me. Thank you so much for that. It's no problem at all. You really did nothing wrong. Andrew and Lisa are the ones that caused you trouble. We should be the ones apologizing to you. They tried to force you to do all sorts of things just because you were a housewife. I'm really thankful for what you did to me. If you didn't force him to sign the divorce papers, I don't think I ever would have been able to get away from him. Please stop thanking me for what I did. It was the right thing to do. You were the one that had to go through all the pain and suffering. I hope that you can live freely and enjoy your life from now on. Thank you. I'll do my best to live a happy life from now on. I actually enjoyed spending time with Tom and Mina, though. They're both really cute and funny. It makes me sad to think that I won't be able to see them anymore. If that's the case, then you should visit us over summer. I'm sure that they'd love to see you, and I would love to see you too. I think that I would really enjoy that. I wanted to visit you in previous summers, but I just didn't have the time. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. I know that you were busy looking after them. I was a little curious as to what Mike thought of her making me look after their kids over the summer. I thought that he was a very caring and good father. Yeah, I'm a little curious too. Maybe he was being tricked by her like I was. I'll explain everything to him when I get the chance to talk to him. Either way, you don't have to worry about any of this anymore. Leave it all to me. Okay, thank you so much. Please let me know if you ever need my help. I'll come over to see you guys in August. That's great. We'll all be looking forward to seeing you. Hey, Anna. How are you? I kind of need to ask you a favor. I want you to look after my kids from today. Wait, what? Are you serious? There's no way I can do that. It's way too sudden. It's kind of an emergency. I left them both outside of your apartment, so can you let them inside? What did you just say? Are you insane? How could you do that to your children? Where are you even going all of a sudden? Couldn't you have taken them with you? No, I can't take them with me, unfortunately. I'm going on vacation from today. We were meant to go a little later, but the flights were so cheap today. And make sure you don't tell anybody about this, okay? Not even Mike. Wait, what? Aren't you going on the vacation with him? Yeah, I am. It's just that he's not really in a good mood recently. I don't really want you to talk to him about this, okay? You better listen to what I say. Please find someone else to look after them. I'm not even home right now, and I won't be for a while. You should have asked me in advance if you really needed me to look after them for you. Why are you being so difficult about this? I'm asking you because you've looked after them plenty of times before. I'm going to be asking you the same favor again in the summer. I need you to look after them for a month like always. You're a housewife and don't have kids. You must have plenty of free time. Also, you're my stepsister, so you should be happy that you get to help out a family member. Actually, I'm not your stepsister anymore because I got divorced from your brother. Wait, what? You guys got divorced? Yeah. The reason I'm not home right now is because I was handing in all our divorce papers. The divorce is official now, so we're pretty much just strangers to each other. You can't be asking me for favors anymore. We're no longer family. Also, I don't really want to stay in contact with you anymore, so please stop texting me so often. Are you serious? You guys got divorced? That's so annoying. None of that matters right now. Do you realize what's going on? You need to go and pick up your children before something happens to them. It's already dark outside and you just left them there, right? They must be really scared. I can't go and pick them up anymore. It's too late to turn back now. I'm sorry, but would you be able to go and pick them up instead? I don't know who else to ask. I told you I have other things to do, so I'm not going home for a while. It's still going to be a couple of hours before I can go home. You must still be close by, so turn around and pick them up. They must be really scared and worried. You need to cancel your vacation. That's not possible. I am definitely going on this vacation. I think they'll be fine being left there for a couple of hours anyway. You can let them inside when you go back home. Are you serious? I thought that you were their mother. That's it. I've had enough. I'm going to contact Mike and tell him to go and pick them up. What did you just say? You can't do that. Don't you dare. Why are you panicking all of a sudden? I know that he actually cares for them and will go to pick them up immediately. I'm calling him now. Stop! Don't call him! I'm going to go and pick them up right away. I'll do as you say, so please don't say anything to him about this. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I've turned around and I'm going to go and pick them up. Why are you acting so weirdly? Isn't he the one driving the car you're inside right now? He knows about what's happening, right? Of course he knows, so don't worry. It's just that he resorts to violence when he's in a bad mood. He does? I didn't think he was that kind of person. I panicked because I'm really scared of him hitting me again. I'm sorry that I panicked and said some weird things. I'll go and pick up my children as soon as possible. I really didn't know about that at all. I'm sorry that you had to go through that kind of trauma. It's okay because I'm used to it. To tell you the truth, I actually wanted to take Tom and Mina with us on our vacations in the summer. The only reason why I leave them with you is because he wants to go on vacation without them, and he doesn't like it when he doesn't get his way. I see. I didn't know about that. I'm going to leave you to pick up Tom and Mina, okay? Please go and pick them up as soon as you can. I'm on my way. Hey, it's an emergency! I can't find them anywhere! They've disappeared from where I left them! What do you think I should do? Do I need to report that they're missing to the police? It's okay. You don't need to worry about them. They're with Mike right now as he went to pick them up. What did you just say? I called him just in case, and to my surprise, he picked up immediately. I thought that he wouldn't answer because he was driving the car. I told him about the entire situation, and he was really shocked about it all. He told me that he would immediately go and pick them up. I was so confused because I thought that he was with you. Are you telling me that you knew what was happening? No, I really didn't know. I called Mike as soon as you told me that you had left them outside my apartment. He was about to get on a train to another city for a work trip. I managed to contact him just before it was too late. He immediately canceled his schedule and went to pick them up. So you're telling me that you knew that he went to pick up the kids already? Why did you make me turn around if they weren't going to be there when I got there? You wasted so much of my precious time! I only did that so he could check who you were planning to go on vacation with. I'm pretty sure it's another man, right? Wait, what? Are you serious? Is he waiting for me around here? He told me that he was going to take some photos as evidence. He said that he wanted to hit you in the face, but that would put him at a disadvantage in a lawsuit. Where is he? Are you sure that he's here? It's already too late for you. He just told me he got the photos. The text messages that you sent me are also very good evidence as well. You guys set me up for this! I can't believe it! How long did it take you to plan this all out? We didn't plan any of it. How are we supposed to know that you would suddenly drop off the kids in front of my apartment? All of this happened because of what you did. If anything, you should be angry at yourself. I am not going to forgive you for this. You better be prepared for my revenge. I didn't do anything wrong, so I wouldn't bother trying to do anything to me. Either way, I'm glad that we managed to get some solid evidence of you cheating and treating your kids so badly. You really should stop lying about everything as well. I didn't do anything wrong. I also never lie. What are you talking about? I know that you were telling your mom that I was unable to have children even though I loved them. You were telling that same lie to Mike as well, right? You knew about that? Yes, I did. I actually enjoy taking care of Tom and Mina, as they're both very sweet. What I didn't like was the story that you made up about me. You made it sound like I was begging you to have them over at my place for the summer. Mike told me that he was planning to complain to me about it this summer. He was going to say to me that he wanted to spend the summer vacation with his children, and that he wanted me to stop asking to have them over. Okay, I'm sorry that I lied to them about that. I was getting tired of taking care of the kids all the time, so I wanted some time to ourselves for the summer breaks. That's the only reason why I had to lie. Apologizing to me at this point isn't going to change anything. You should probably apologize to your husband before apologizing to me. You've been cheating on him. I'm not cheating on him. I just happened to be catching up with an old friend. Stop with the lies already. You were planning to spend the night with the guy as soon as you found out he was going to be gone for a work trip. The only thing stopping you was the children, so that's why you abandoned them. You really are a terrible person. I feel sorry for the rest of your family. Shut the hell up! Did you just call me a terrible person? You better watch your mouth. I was getting stressed out at home and needed some time to relax. I'm not saying that you shouldn't rest and relax from time to time. I'm telling you that it's not okay to abandon your children and cheat on your husband. I guess you're right about that. I'll admit that maybe what I did today was a little wrong. Humans make mistakes all the time, so I think I deserve to be forgiven. You're making it sound like you're the victim. I apologize for what I did to you, and I'll make sure that it never happens again. Would you please forgive me? I will not. I know that you want me to talk to Mike so that he would forgive you. I am no longer part of your family, so I will not interfere with private matters. You need to talk to him directly and sort this out between yourselves. I'm begging you to talk to him. I know that he won't forgive me if I ask for his forgiveness. I know I screwed up. Help me, please. I'm sorry, but I can't believe any of the words that you say. If you do really feel sorry for what you did, then I suggest that you start by trying to improve your trashy personality. She was asked to get a divorce from Mike the very next day after it all happened. She also lost her parental rights for Tom and Mina. He demanded that she pay for child support and tuition for both the children. She didn't have any savings and had to borrow money to start paying him what she owed him. She tried to ask the guy that she was sleeping with for help, but he ran away as soon as she got divorced. She had nowhere to live and her entire family cut ties with her. She ended up moving out of the city soon after, and currently I have no idea where she is. Tom and Mina were taken in by Lisa's mother. After a little while, Mike moved in with them, and they are currently all living together. I visit their house from time to time, and they all seem to be living a happy life together. The two kids have grown so much every time I visit them. I'm really glad that they no longer have that toxic person as their mother. It's nice to see them really smile from the bottom of their heart. Looking back, I'm glad that I called Mike right away when she had left the kids out in front of my apartment. What a difference one phone call can make.